What is up, guys? Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great day today. We did a fire last night, and that was a lot of fun with our neighbors. Their kids are gone, so they are home alone, and they've been home all week by themselves. We raced Enzo. We have a soccer banquet tonight, and I think this weekend we might do a haunted house and look at some costumes. We've got a pumpkin patch field trip next week, so very fall activities happening here. Um, my days have been like so mystical. I am receiving so much information from life. And it can be very physical for me. I really shake. I do all kinds of things. You can hear it in my voice. You can see it in my hands. Like when I am receiving information, it can be so much. And so humans are changing and where we're going, like we're different than who we've been. And we are learning how to sit down our beliefs and it's becoming so real. Like trauma wasn't a word that was used, I don't know, in the 1800s. It's like we are beginning to see that we can be controlled by subconscious beliefs and decisions. Like we are coming to see that our bodies can be a mystery that contain all of our answers. And a lot of that is about that today. Because we're having such big world events, so much is going on, both like natural disaster and man-made things. And so today is about trial and error in individual survival. So like literally in your ability to survive. And that is grounded in shock, change, disruption, like something that your mind literally can't believe. And I want to look at this hurricane because I'm going to use the best example with this and help us understand. We're looking at this hurricane and we are shocked and we need to survive. We need to be able to make the moves and do what we need to do to survive what is happening now. And the line today, 57.3, it is called acuteness. And so, what is acuteness of intellect? It is the ability to notice very small differences. So, like maybe like in behavior, communication, maybe like movement, things happening. And what I want to talk all about today is birds, because some of the coolest things, these birds apps, like they track bird movement and the birds will leave before the hurricane comes. And I think that that is amazing. It's like they are connected to life. They can feel that. They don't need to explain it or write it in a book or tell it to each other. Like they can feel it and then they leave. That is being one with the mechanics of life, being able to move with it, learn from it, respond to it, honor it and honor yourself. Like birds can still do that. And, we have to have this ability to recognize like this ain't that, and I'm going to take this analogy out a little bit, but let me just read the line. So clarity eliminates doubt and ensures manifestation. This is the possibility of perfected intuition. And let me just tell you, when you know, and it's not mental. Intuition isn't fantasy because it is about what's happening right now. Like intuition is relevant now. It's about adapting now. It's about showing you what it is right now. Whereas like fantasy is built on clouds. It's a distraction from what is happening now, and it doesn't help you survive at all. So it's like that's how we can separate these two different things that can seem very alike. And we have to know that this is a very individual energy. Like this can up and leave and be selfish about it and not care about the needs of the people that it's leaving behind because it knows what to do. And that's not mental. It's like we have to honor that it has the ability to know what to do and to leave and honor itself. And so we have to learn directly from life. We have to get our information from life. That is intuition. And that is having eyes to see and ears to hear, my friends. Like we can get information that is not accessible by everyone else. Our body can tell us what is happening right now in its own way, and we can understand it in our own way. And it's like if we can see what is happening and respond to it, we can move. But if we can't see what's happening because it's too scary, we don't want to look, we can't move, and it's like, I think so much of what fantasy is because we're afraid. Like we are looking away from what it is. And that is just an avoidance. And we have to start looking at what it is and responding directly to it because life is helping you in every moment. Like that is so important to understand. Life is always helping us. It's always moving us. We're always moving with it in the mechanics that it is. And so we have to be super grateful for birds and the fact that they can't be conditioned into feeling superior and inferior. Because if they could, there might be a bird named Fred who read the whole bird book. And now all the birds stop listening to their intuition because Fred has all of this knowledge. Like he's read the entire book. And when you're doing that, you can get stuck in situations that hurt your ability to survive, right? Because you're doing this inferior superior thing. Like you have the ability to connect to life and listen to it and move with it. You don't need any words. You don't need any human things. You don't need any of that. Like you just work directly with the thing, and what you need will be there. The humans that you need will be there. But we want to cling on to everything. We don't let ourselves just be moved with the movement that life is. And really, like, right now is so much about not knowledge, not now, not ever again. It's like we need the ability to see. We need to correct our cognition so we can see life and set down these beliefs and trauma and all of this stuff that stops us from being here. That's how we can begin to move with it, right? That's how we have our own natural guidance system that can tell us what to do, and we can use that to move forward into the future. And, it's like right now we're looking at our systems and we're like, what in the hell? Like we're looking at Hurricane Helene and we're feeling like the support's not enough and everybody's got all these opinions. And it's like Ra has been talking about this for a long time, like human design. When Katrina happened, he talked about it. He was like, you can tell that our systems are beginning to fail because we're not able to share the resources and money and bodies and all the things that we need to do to get there and to help like we've always been able to. And so we're going to see that happening more and more where our systems can't help us. And it's cool. There's like a silver lining under that. You can see the order shifting because, yeah, the government hasn't done much, but it's like you're getting these individuals who are forming these groups on social media platforms and they're sending supplies. Individuals are opening their farms and saying, bring yourself, bring your animals. Like the individuals are stepping up. And I think the shift that's really happening is that we are going from collective sharing to individual empowerment. And the money is being drained out of collective sharing. Like there's not energy for it. There's nothing, it's becoming empty. And all of the energy is going into individual empowerment. So instead of depending on they're going to share that money with me. They're going to do like we can't depend on that anymore. We have to empower ourselves to be able to look directly at the thing and live. It's like the collective is so much like share knowledge, share money, share experience, and that's working less and less. And the individual empowerment is like empowering survival. Like you can do it. It's empowering your intuition. You do know. It's empowering your behavior. Like you can, and it's like that, those are two different things. And the latter, the individual empowerment, it's starting to get more and more of the energy, or at least that's how I feel like I'm seeing it. And so we have to understand we are together in our aloneness. I am alone in this body. Like that's where I am, and you're alone in your body. And the matter is this magical mystery. Like that is the difference in our experiences. And so we can let each person be a unique mystery, and we can understand that their body is a path. Like their body knows the decisions to make and where to go and what to do. And our minds have to like open up so that they can start looking at the body as a mystery that could potentially hold answers that are more than knowledge, answers for this thing. Okay, so this is all grounded in 51.3, which is adaptation. And this is like spontaneous action, the ability to do something spontaneous because of destabilization, because of a challenge, because you're getting these problems. And so much of this is about adapting or withdrawing. It's like we can be very courageous and run forward to confront that thing, or we can withdraw and not. It's like you never really know which side is going to be pulled out with the willpower. And this is so much about dealing with disruption, responding to disorder. Like when we're looking at our birds, Fred, the one that's read the whole bird book, who's going to confront Fred? Are we going to confront Fred and leave? Or are we just going to listen and face the hurricane together? This is what this is about, and it's like if you confront Fred and he doesn't listen, you leave anyways, because that's your individual ability to survive and adapt and respond to shock. And you're allowed to do that. Even if Fred's bird book says it's not real. Like we're at very interesting times right now. And it's like we have to know that life moves in a direction. Like at one point slavery was happening and now it's not happening. And that means that it's not supposed to be happening now. Like we change as we move through time. And we can align to life and the direction that it's going in so that we can be like the birds, right? So that we can be a part of it and move with it instead of resisting it and, getting lost in the inferior superior stuff. And as we get into this relationship with life, we can have a personal relationship with it. We can watch it with shock and awe. We can work with it, respond to it, be surprised by it. Like it can be so wonderful. But it's like so many people take life personally. Like we create so much chaos from resisting life and taking it personally. Like Fred needs to understand that he doesn't need a bird book, like he doesn't need to be superior to anyone. Like none of the birds are inferior, superior. And humans have to get out of that. They have to become their own authority because there is no one that knows for each individual human. And it's like when we're doing that thing, the superior, inferior thing, like it's so much validation and validation game. Like you're competing with each other, you're comparing your knowledge from the bird book, you're banging mental decisions against each other. It's nothing, it goes nowhere. Like it's pointless. And so we have to care to empower the individual and stop silencing the individual over this collective shared, knowledge, whatever it is. And we can know life is always trying to help you, is always trying to show you, like it's happening right in front of you. And you have to be willing to listen and learn from it, to bow to the master that life is, like not a human, like the thing itself. And this is the ability to learn from your mistakes. It's like with my boys, I try to take the really hard things like saying you're sorry, making a mistake, being accountable. I look at all those things like they're skills. And I aim to be a great apologizer. I aim to love my people the best that I can and give them exactly what they deserve, which is good apologies. Like people can do these things from each other. Like we can love these things and we can make mistakes. We can. And the faster that we see them, recognize them, adapt to them, we can stop making mistakes, right? Like mistakes are good. They're showing us things. You can always respond your way out. I don't care how dark your life is. Like if you just start working with it, it will help you get to a place that feels good for you. But you have to work with it and stop being so afraid because it's the thing that can help you get to where you're going. And so this is a competitiveness that can rise to the occasion. It can adapt to the situation. And what I want us to know is that we can love shocking events. We can accept the whole beautiful tragedy that life is. And we can know that it all happens for us to see. Like we're here to see it. And that's all we have to do. We don't have to blame it or shame it on ourselves or each other or learn anything or do anything. Like we're just here to see it and say it and be with it. It's like we can love attempting to understand the mystery of matter in life. And we have to know that life can be hard. Like we can't blame ourselves and each other. Each of us has our own hard. Okay. It's not comparable at all. No human would understand the hards that I deal with. Like I couldn't understand the hards that Bear deals with because each of our lives are completely unique. And I have to allow what is hard to be hard for Bear and what is easy to be easy for Bear. Like he doesn't exist as a direct comparison to me. Everything about his life is allowed to be totally different from mine because we embrace each other in the uniqueness. We can embrace each other in the uniqueness of what is hard. And so much of this, accountability, like people are crumbling over simple concepts like responsibility and accountability right now. Like it's okay. And we can own what happens. We can know that it's not our fault. We can know that it's for us to see and to learn, and that it's literally life trying to help you, like let life help you, and you can respond your way out. So yeah, that's that. I hope you guys have a great day today. I will be back on Sunday. I love you. Live life and love yourself today, guys.